Okay, so that's a good start on the wood pile, but I think I need a little break. Maybe a cup of tea is in order. That's just really good design. That's a good morning of work. That's for sure. Cheers. It is a beautiful day to be out in the wild and filming for the EconoChallenge. Welcome everybody. It's about 10 degrees Celsius today. I'm starting to get a little bit chilled. What's enough of a break? Time to get back to work. I think this should do it for the night. This is going to be my entertainment. That was a lot of work. That's a couple of hours of searching, cutting, and splitting. That's a beautiful axe. I love that axe. Gonna make for a really good fire tonight. Oh yeah. Oh, my back. That feels really good. Job well done. And I'm getting kind of hungry. I've still got some good light left. And you know what that means? I think it's time to make dinner. And I think this time I'm going to film a backcountry meal review. So if you'd like to see what I'm eating this evening, there'll be a link to that video down below. I'll be back in a few seconds from your point of view, and probably in about an hour and a half from my point of view. So we'll see you then. I just finished filming the backcountry meal review. You know, it was windy almost the entire time I was filming. And now it's calmed down, which I'm not complaining. It's fantastic. But I was starting to get a chill because I wasn't moving around anymore. I was just sitting waiting for the meal to cook. So I put my base layer on. And now I'm a little warm. I know that's going to change later on, but strange weather today. Well, I'm going to finish up this beef stew, and then it'll be time to start the fire. Okay, I've been busy preparing everything I need to get this fire started, but I'm just being straight up with you. If this doesn't work, and there's a jump cut, it's because I got out my lighter to get this started. Let's see what we can do here. Ready? I have lots of birch bark, so I'm using it. Make sure this is gonna go. Alright, because my kindling sticks are kind of big. Bigger than normal. And I think that's got it. And I didn't use a lighter. You know what's really warm, hot, is this thermos. That's the tea I made earlier, and it's still warm. Which reminds me, I should figure out what the temperature is right now. Ooh, hang on, check out the sky. Switching it up a little bit. This is the log cabin now with those coals. A friend of mine asked me, what do you do out here after your fire started and it gets dark? Watch this for the rest of the night. Doesn't everybody love this? Well, good morning. Had to wait until the sun broke over that horizon and started warming me up. So I just looked up the updated forecast for last night. And the updated forecast was -2 for this area. It was only supposed to be 2 degrees, not -2 degrees. So I was a little cold. I got away without a tarp again. But the most exciting thing about last night is the loons that I'm normally serenaded by were not around. They were replaced by wolf howls. Wolf howling. At least 3 times in the night I heard it. And it was loud too. And it was close. Like literally back in the forest in there. At one point, it was that close. So you remember last year when I was up in this area in the wintertime and I told you the story about the wolf that I saw chasing a deer? I tell you, oh, this is amazing. I was in there just finishing packing up and I heard this ruckus, this sound of running through the woods. So I got up and this deer just ran right through here, right past the back end of my tent. I'll show you the footprints in a second. But it was being chased by a wolf, which just ran right back up this hill, just up here. Well, apparently they have stayed. And there are more of them. And I gotta tell you, in all the years that I've been coming up here, never once have I heard a wolf until last night. I don't think I really pointed it out very well yesterday, but here is where I slept last night. This is the Amazing Wilderness Camp Cot set up on a simple camp cot frame. And it was very comfortable. It levels out the ground nicely so that you don't feel it at all. Ground pad inside to keep me warm from underneath, and my down sleeping bag and wool blanket over top. And I was snug while I was in the sleeping bag, but I had to get up and go pee a couple of times in the middle of the night, and that was pretty frosty. See if we can't get some coffee going this morning.
And I really knocked the snot out of my wood pile last night. But still quite a bit left for somebody else if they come along and use this campsite. Nothing like fresh coffee in the morning when you're out here, especially when it's this cold. This is really nice. And then you've got this spectacular view. And the minute I opened my eyes, that's what I saw. Just, in this kind of setup, you're immersed in nature rather than separated from it. And it's a completely different experience. And I'm really, really enjoying it. This new camera that I'm filming on right now also takes fantastic pictures, so I've been able to practice some of my photography. Here are some of the pictures that I took last night, and I'm really enjoying that part of having this camera with me as well. And if you'd like, I post the pictures that I love the most on my Instagram account and occasionally on my Facebook account. So if you're into social networking and you happen to be on Instagram or less often Facebook, check that out. Links are in the description down below. Cheers. This is solid granite, and yet somehow this oak tree and this white pine tree think they're going to be able to make this a good place to grow. I'm always amazed when I see that. Good luck to you. Just in case any of you are wondering where I get all of the birch bark that I use to light my fires and to give me a little bit of light in the middle of the night when I need it, I just literally have to walk a few paces outside of my camp, and there are 3 huge dead white birch trees that I can harvest bark from. And it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine that people will strip bark from live birch trees. Just look around. Literally, they're everywhere in this kind of a forest. Just strip it off of a dead one. Where there are live birch trees, there are bound to be a few dead ones. You just have to look. Oh yeah, I said I was having battery trouble last night. Check this out. All day yesterday, I was able to use this solar panel, which I have reviewed before, and I'll leave a link in the description down below, to charge up my battery bank. And especially at night, that battery bank I used with that little Canon charger to charge up the batteries for my Canon camera. So that homemade power bank along with the Canon battery charger was able to keep me going all night last night, and I didn't have a battery problem. And now in this beautiful sun, I am charging it up again. I think this is going to be a system that will get me through a week in the wilderness. At least this is a good first test. I guess that wolf howl incident last night just got me a bit spooked, I have to admit, because I just heard something really big moving off up in the woods up here, so I ran out with my camera to see if I could get a video of what it was. Nothing. It's really hard to get nature, that kind of nature, on video. I'm always amazed at those National Geographic shots. The hours they must spend in the wilderness to get those things. Amazing. Amazing. Ugh, the wind's picking up and swirling the ash around in my fireplace from last night. So this morning's oatmeal has oatmeal, not quick oats, wild blueberries, dried, toasted coconut, some walnuts, alma powder, alma powder, it's wild gooseberry powder, maple sugar, flaxseed, and now spiced with just a little bit fireplace ash. Fireplace ash. That's camping. And and I'm still going to eat it. It's good. Now, I'm just sitting here eating my breakfast thinking about those wolves that I heard last night. And oh, it echoed all the way around the lake. It was just fantastic. But it occurred to me a few times last night while I was lying there in the cot that I'm basically just a big old sack of meat waiting for them to come down here and feed. And those thoughts did go through my mind last night, but then I remembered that I'm in a very wild area. And I gotta tell you, porcupines, skunks, even chipmunks don't act in the wild in a space like this like they do at your favorite campgrounds or even in your backyard. And the same is true for bears and wolves. They're going to be out here hunting their wild prey, and they don't want to have anything to do with you. At least in my 50 years on the planet, that's been my experience. Alright, that's enough gabbing. I gotta finish my breakfast and I got one more coffee to brew before I start packing up. This is therapy, brother. Therapy. I said I spent so much time having breakfast and filming that it's probably getting close to lunch, so I need to get packed up and hiking out of here. So I think that's it for this video. I'll put a box up here so you can see more of my content if you like. Don't forget, I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. You can check out some of my photography there. Otherwise, I look for you in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.